Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Kevin Simmering, originally from South Africa, and I'm joined on stage by my partner, Matthew Rennie. And we're from Jemstep, a startup company based here in the Bay Area, focused on helping individual investors make better investment decisions. We're launching our beta in a few days' time, so we're excited to give you a sneak peek of our application for the first time today in public. Now, I'd like to kick off by asking you a question. If you had $10,000 to invest in a mutual fund right now, how would you go about finding the best fund for you? Or if someone recommended that you should invest in a particular fund, how would you validate whether that fund was the best mutual fund to fit your particular circumstances? Well, typically, you may call up your broker, who may provide you with personalized advice, but is it objective? Or you may turn to the web to get volumes and volumes of objective data, but no personalization. Jemstep combines objective analysis together with personalized recommendations to pinpoint quality funds that are the best fit for your needs. To illustrate this, let's take Joe, a 32-year-old college graduate. He's just received his first bonus and is ready to invest. So he turns to Jemstep for help. He lands on our start page here and is presented with 4 initial questions to help him get going with his profile. So Joe selects stock funds for the mutual fund type. Risk and return trade-off, he selects medium risk and return. For his investment time horizon, he selects 30 years. He's investing towards retirement and is very concerned about paying high fund fees. Now, at the bottom of this page, he's presented with the option of highlighting a specific fund in his results. Now, we all receive recommendations from our friends, our brokers. Joe has received a recommendation from his uncle to invest in the Rochdale Dividend and Income Fund. So he looks for that in the search box here. He finds it, there it is. He clicks on View Ranked Funds and is taken to a set of results. Now, the first thing that strikes Joe here is that this is no ordinary list of funds. These funds are specifically ranked in order of best fit to worst fit for Joe's profile, with the top 10 being visible on this page. Over 10,000 mutual funds have been factored into this ranking. Now, in addition to some information which Joe would be familiar with, such as historic price movements, risk metrics, and expenses, Joe comes across this unique concept of GemScore. Now, GemScore is a representation out of 100 of how closely each of these funds match Joe's profile. Down below, highlighted in green, he sees his uncle's recommended fund, the Rochdale Dividend and Income Fund, with a rank of 1,352 and a GemScore of 65%. May be a good fit for Joe's uncle, but not a very good fit for Joe. Now, from this vantage point, Joe can dig deeper to see how these results are actually made up. He can view some performance metrics. He can see how the GemScore has been constructed. He can compare 1 or 2 more funds against each other, and he can view the details of any specific fund. Now, all of this is presented in an unintimidating way to help Joe understand why some funds have a bit better fit for him than others, and also to give him the confidence to actually go ahead and transact. So for Joe, problem solved. In under 5 minutes, he has evaluated his uncle's recommendation, he has rejected it, and he's found multiple funds which are a much better fit for his profile. Now, at this stage, you may be thinking this looks too simplistic. It almost looks too easy. But behind the scenes is a sophisticated patent-pending ranking engine, 3 years in the making, which is applying well-established principles of investment theory to find the appropriate funds for Joe. I'd like to illustrate the power of personalization and the value that Jemstep brings to this concept now. And let's fast forward 20 years. Joe is older, he's wiser, he's more sophisticated, and he'd like to build out his profile in a little bit more detail. His circumstances have changed, so he'd like to work through his profile to see what funds may suit him at this stage of his life. So from the results page, Joe goes to a detailed profile view On the left, he's presented with various profile categories such as risk and return, fees, tax, etc. He can drill down into any one of those categories, answer questions in those categories to build out his profile and highlight some further preferences. So in this case, Joe clicks on risk and return. He's selected medium. He's actually on medium risk and return. He wants to drop that down a notch. He's older. He's less risk averse, so he selects low to medium risk and return. And he then looks at income. Being older, income is now important to him, so he selects that income is very important over there. And at this stage, having made the necessary changes to his profile, he goes back to view the ranked funds. Joe's presented with a very different scenario here. The number one fund is the Nicholas Equity Income Fund, different to what we had before, but more importantly, the Rochdale Dividend and Income Fund, which was 1,000 and something, is now in the top 10. It's ranked number 7. A much better fit for Joe at this stage of his life. So that's the power of Jemstep, and that's how we bring personalization to evaluating funds for you, helping you to pinpoint the right funds for your profile. So ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we're in beta. We're launching with mutual funds, but stocks and ETFs will be following shortly. We are also releasing an asset allocation module combined with account aggregation, which will be an absolute game changer. So we invite you to please sign up for our beta. Tell us what you think. We'd love to be in touch with you. We are looking for partners on a number of fronts, so please be in contact with us. Also, please come and visit us after the conference at our booth. Bring your own funds along, put them through the Jemstep test to see where they rank. You may be in for a surprise. Thank you very much.